Na popote pale ulipo, natumai buheri wa afya. Karibu kwa taarifa za NTV alasiri. Mimi ni Jane Ngoiri. Nataka tuanze taarifa zetu kutoka makao makuu ya chama cha Jubilee, ambapo vyama vya Wiper pamoja na chama cha mashinani vimefanya makubaliano na chama hicho cha Jubilee. Naelezwa kwa hivi sasa kiongozi wa Wiper Kalonzo Musyoka anazungumza.
To actually reduce by 1/3 chances of wale ambao kwa katika ICU kwa kutoangamia kwa sababu ya ugonjwa, ambao wale mahututi, they actually have a survival rate of 1/3. So the world is working very hard. But as far as we are concerned as a country, I want to urge that we continue to really take this as the biggest challenge this country has ever known since independence. It is actually another world war undeclared, kwa sababu haionekani, inapitia tu kwa hewa. Ndugu Isaac Ruto, na kuheshimu sana. Mashinani is one of us. Mashinani is part of our other coalition. But as far as Wiper is concerned, we want to move forward and do a coalition as soon as conditions permit, because we call our delegates all over the country and they will tell us the direction. And so, if there's anybody with any question, you are free to ask. Huyu ni kijana, ni mtoto yangu huyu.
Huyu ni mkora.
Hapana. Bwana utaingia kwa shida. Huyu ni mtoto yangu bwana. Ken,
you've insisted on this bit that you want to go into a coalition.
Wait.
Yeah.
We have to exchange documents first.
okay.
So,
We'll actually answer the question.
Actually, let me just finish with them and then we can exchange. Watch out.
who is a thug?
He's your friend. He's your friend. Ken, don't take the heart. The chairman and SEs.
Chairman. Okay. No. There's a wire behind her. Supporter.
Zile zingine pia.
There is a wire behind madam. Chairman, you are part of the.
Thank you. Well done.
That is good. Awesome.
Yeah. Ken, okay, Ken. So.
You've been insistent on the fact that you really want to get into a coalition agreement with Jubilee. What now, does that mean that you want to start the process of divorcing from NASA and just completely go it your own and have a new agreement with the Jubilee Party towards 2022?
You use very strong language, like divorce. You have been very insistent on coalition. All these are matters that are going to be discussed in a very friendly, brotherly manner. We are not an adversarial political movement, but we are determined to move in the direction that we have decided to take.
Basically meaning that all of you will sit down and say NASA is no longer working?
Most likely, of course, because I think what has been happening in Parliament, for instance, you had our members of Parliament come in as NASA, and they did certain changes. The next thing they're saying, this thing exists only on paper. Some of them are speaking without the authority of the summit. I can tell you for a fact that NASA summit has never sat since elections. That tells you that we also need to be realistic in our assessment. If the summit cannot meet, then how shall we continue? And below that is the the national management team, which has also similarly not been able to meet. So we cannot hold our members to ransom. And we must be realistic. We are all political leaders, and we know where we want to go.
Just a small one, eh? Tutaki mlete vita. Cooperation is defined in the agreement. We shall be cooperating inside and outside
Parliament.
Parliament.
Yeah.
As we are not home breakers. I think you can elaborate on that one.
Jubilee Avunji, I think you are not listening, because I made it very clear that this cooperation, but as a move as Wiper Democratic Movement, we will be moving in a certain direction.
Yeah.
And our colleagues we'll be consulting Mashinani, and we'll be consulting our other leaders as well. Any next question, sir? There will be an absolute majority. Yeah. Well, I think our friends in ODM have declared that they're going to continue in opposition. Well, that's okay. That's fine. Yes, sir.
No, you have to say your name and your media house.
Yeah. Abdikadir. Yes.
What does it portend for the sovereignty of the bicameral parliament in the country where we have seen recently members who are whipped in one direction, they can see their independence within the party and personal. And the two, of course, you have got it personal to the members, and I'm sure that is deeply seared in the memory, the gains after the multi-party democracy. When they're coming together, we have seen CAN and then Wiper CCM, and we anticipate many more parties to join the presidency for agenda and the, of course, presidency of what he has called as the proximity. Are we privileged back?
I think, Abdikadir, you're actually making a speech, so go ahead. I told you made a speech, and let me try to respond to that very eloquent presentation by Abdikadir. First of all, we cannot act in derogation of what you are calling a parliamentary democracy, because that's what it is, bicameral nature of our legislature. And even when I want you to know, the bicameral nature is subject to what is ongoing from the BBI point of view. I can tell you that we are very serious national leaders and would want to have the integrity and the respect that is accorded to our national institutions, including National Assembly as well as the Senate. So what happens therein surely is a matter for interrogation, like you have just said, and I congratulate you for your speech.
Let me just add
Let my brother help me.
something for Abdikadir. You've made a very good presentation about parliamentary democracy. And I want to bring your attention to the fact that whipping is an integral part of party politics.
Yes.
It is proper in order for Wiper to whip their members to follow the party line. And that is protected by the Constitution. It says Kenya shall be a multi-party democracy. And what does that
Even
mean?
multicultural,
Yes.
multi-religious.
Yes. And within political parties, they must be whipped within a clear policy party line. That is the way it is.
I had Kennedy's question.
Yes.
Let me
no
answer
other-
it.
Yes.
I'll answer that question. We are in about a month from now, which will be August the 4th. And under our constitution, and have not had any representations to the contrary, therefore clearly the next general election will be on the second Tuesday of August 2022. That is written. I've not heard even a BBI anybody arguing about that position. Therefore, we have just under 1 month, just slightly more than 1 month to that date. Therefore, it will be exactly 2 years to 2022. if I was to join cabinet, and I like Abdulkadir approach, because I'm now reasoning with you. Yeah? Let me reason with you, my son. Listen, would you expect that I would relinquish my position as a party leader to go into cabinet, where that means I resign, you know, really relinquishing my position as a party leader 2 years to a general election? I leave that with you.
Thank you. Question from here.
Yes, sir.
My question is, parties across, like when you quote the Western African, it's online news. Parties across the world and politicians across the world have been known to highlight areas of differences and downplay areas of cooperation. Going forward, and my brother and honorable Isaac Ruto, you have been perhaps a victim of this vulgarity. So perhaps going forward, are you likely to see gentleman's politics going forward from you?
Gentleman politics?
Yeah.
What politics is that?
The politics
That
of
we avoid
cooperation,
confrontation.
shouting down someone.
Yeah?
And perhaps question number 2.
Yeah, there will be civility, I can tell you, on the part of... We already have conducted ourselves in a manner that I think befits what you are calling gentleman kind of politics. But you know, we realize if you're too much of a gentleman, people underestimate you, they even call you names, they brand you. That's why some of us then come out fighting very hard. So, yes, sir.
I'm still in your namesake, citizen.
Yes, my namesake.
Yes. My question is the cooperation between the two parties and the Jubilee Party. What does that cooperation mean, especially in Parliament and outside Parliament, in terms of does it entail sharing of cabinet slots? Should there be reorganization of government or even sharing of parliamentary committees for that matter?
Certainly, I think in the area of parliamentary committees, that I think was covered by the negotiators. Yeah. So we should expect that. So these are the things, leave them when a time will tell. Kesho, my friend, first of all, let us pray we'll be alive tomorrow. Tuanze hapo. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Na mtazamaji, ni picha za moja kwa moja kutoka makao makuu ya chama cha Jubilee kuhusu mustakabali wa chama hicho. Hii ni baada ya vyama vya Wiper na chama cha mashinani kutia saini ya makubaliano ya kufanya kazi na chama tawala, chama cha Jubilee. Ni hayo tu katika taarifa zetu za NTV alasiri. Mengi zaidi ni katika taarifa za NTV jioni. Utakuwa naye Harith Salim. Naitwa Jane Ngoiri. Kwa heri.
This is NTV.